It's 2023. I'm here at LTX, and I've already ran into 163 of you. Thank you for coming. One of our folks came from Austria. Hello, and I hope you enjoy your stuff because it's so far away. Vancouver, British Columbia. That's where I'm at. It's LTX 2023. There's over 5,000 of you. I don't know if it's over 9,000, but there's a lot of people. It's a little overwhelming if I'm being honest, but hey, it's a lot of fun. A lot of you have said hello, and that's actually really exciting. And LTX is more about the fans and the people with motorcycles, and just meeting all of you and seeing everything and getting back together. And there's something special about this one because it's kind of post-pandemic. So that's, it's the first time seeing each other a lot, and I don't know, it's a lot of fun. So let's take a look at what's going on the convention center floor, because there's a ton of stuff to do. It's not just getting a bunch of sweaty nerds in a room together. There's actually fun stuff to do. It's a real full-fledged convention in addition to a LAN party. And like the LAN party inside the convention is larger than a lot of LAN parties that are like dedicated LAN parties. So it's sort of nuts. It's bigger than like comic conventions. I can't believe it. Let's take a look. So here I am, making my way to picturesque Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Okay, via Seattle, that's fine. Wardrobe courtesy of LTTstore.com. big thanks. Linus was sort of noticing that I didn't fit my clothes super great in Computex, and so he sent me some clothes, and hey, I'm more than happy to wear them. Fun times. The Pacific Northwest is so nice. And I'm imminently greeted by so many people once I actually do get to Vancouver. It's down by the docks, the convention center. LTX has got the whole convention center for 2023. Even though I entered an hour early, the whale land party is starting. The participants are ready. They're already lined up and making their way in. This is going to be a crazy weekend, I can already tell. And this is where main stage will be. Now, I had a few panels up here with Jeff Geerling, Chris from Crosstalk Solutions, Craft Computing, Patrick from Serve the Home, and more, just talking about stuff. Luke and Linus, they did a live WAN show from main stage, and it was a packed house. In fact, it was so packed, they had to have kind of an overflow area in the LAN side, which is on the other side of the convention center, and so they were doing a live stream of main stage in the same building, just because there were so many people. It was completely nuts. Oh yeah, and here's Jake during the WAN show. It's just trolling just a little bit. It's okay. I got to troll Linus too by asking him to borrow a Sharpie. Somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, will you sign this?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have a Sharpie." But then I saw Linus wandering around in the background. I was like, "Hey, can I borrow your Sharpie?" And then so the person who asked me for a Sharpie turned around and it was like, "Oh, it's Linus!" And I was like, "Wait, who's that?" Oh, and then Linus got in on the trolling. Sorry.
Well, I have you here. Could you sign this too?
Nope, I don't have a Sharpie.
So yeah, that was pretty epic. Oh, don't worry, I was super awkward too. I think the most awkward thing that happened was I accidentally told somebody that my name was Kyle. Well, you see, their name was John, but I misheard them. And I thought that they said their name was Kyle. And then they misheard me and thought I was saying, no, my real name is Kyle. And so they said, hi, nice to meet you, Kyle. But I didn't put it together until later after I was talking to somebody who was standing within earshot that could explain to me what had actually happened. And when I turned to tell them, I didn't get a chance because they were gone. So, but that's okay. Paul of Paul's Hardware was also signing autographs as Kyle, though presumably that's a different Kyle than the one that I misspoke into existence. The other thing about LTX is just running into other creators. All in all, Linus invited more than 75 creators to LTX 23. Small and large alike. Some, smaller creators, it's a lot of fun. And it's fun to connect and chit-chat, talk shop, and just talk fun stuff, make new friends, people to take a chance, just have a bit of fun. And we haven't really had a lot of in-person contact over the last couple of years because, the global situation. And yeah, everybody was trolling everybody else. Here's Jake from LTT trolling Jeff Geerling again.
Can I get you to please say, my name's Jeff? Say, my name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
No, you can't say is. You say, my name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
There we go. Thank you, Jeff.
But all in all, everybody had a really good time. Virtual reality was also pretty big this year, and there were a lot of people super interested in that. A lot of lines. I think Linus is going to work on that for next year. No worries, all good. Remote-controlled cars in first-person point of view with VR goggles. Yeah, that's back, and a lot of people were super into it. Virtual laser tag in a big open area, and that's Beat Saber over here. Yeah, pretty much everything.
Framework, the laptop, is also here, because of course they are, and you can play with the Framework 16 a little ahead of time. Probably only like one or two in the world. The Framework 16 here at LTX, yes.
Doing this wacky YouTube stuff really is apparently a global operation. Fans from Mexico.
Hi from Mexico. Hello from Mexico.
Yeah, that's good.
Argentina, Poland, Germany, Austria, the UK, and a ton of other places all over the world all came up to say hello. And that was just me personally. And I'm Z tier. Linus took care of us and gave us a great place to recharge. I might have looked a little bit overwhelmed, so they gave me some tech support to do to help me recharge my batteries. I helped them set up their 1v1 CSGO setup without a switch. Hey, it turns out we can do CSGO with a ping time of less than 1 when you're using a crossover cable. There is no Ethernet switch, it's just NIC to NIC.
So what's happening behind me is actually pretty brilliant. Linus has set up a bunch of different gaming stations that have, you know, better mics, better monitors, better gaming hardware. It's going to run at 360 hertz, it's going to run at 240 hertz. But you don't know what you're playing on. You just sit down and you play. There's even one system that I helped set up, which is basically zero ping time. We're using a crossover cable, one computer connected directly to the other. CSGO LAN play, the ping time is less than 1v1 me, bro. Yeah, that's set up so you can see how you play in that kind of a scenario where ping time doesn't matter. You do slide to reveal to figure out what you're doing, you write it down, and then you look at how well you did in terms of gameplay after you've gone through all the different stations. It's actually pretty cool.
I also got to make my own level 1 tech screwdriver, the LTT screwdriver. Yep, my first time going hands-on with the ratcheting screwdriver madness sensation. So I'll be playing with that in some builds and some upcoming videos and some fun stuff. And it was cool meeting the team, the brain trust behind the design, but also manufacturing. How do you make something cool that's also manufacturable? Well, they actually had stations set up to walk you through creating your own screwdriver. So a bunch of different colors of plastic and the components, and you literally, you know, put your screwdriver together yourself with whatever colors you want. And so all the creators and attendees and everybody else that wanted to partake of creating their own screwdriver, well, they could. That's exactly what I did. These stations were pretty awesome. They walked you through creating your own stuff, looping up your screwdriver, putting it all together, putting the bits together. It's pretty great. V1 Tech was also at LTX with lots of cool artwork and everything else, and I got to take some of that home. So thanks, V1 Tech.
What? It's the Nintendo! It's more compelling if you play.
So we're here with CastBot and Cast videos showing tool-assisted speedruns, that's frame-by-frame speedruns, but instead of doing it on emulators, we're doing it on the original console hardware, on the GameCube and Game Boy player.
Nice.
Yeah. So on this one we're
Speed
doing...
runs on real hardware.
Yes, yes. The Game Boy interface is made by Extremes to do all of the playback of the inputs. It's reading them off of an SD card. We can swap it between the two systems to load different tasks. And Extremes did a lot of the Game Boy interface stuff. I wrote the tasks. Just been a huge effort from tons of people.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a robot doing speed runs. What is this madness?
And the case toss made a return. That was super fun, hooking computer cases as far as you can, setting a record, having a leaderboard. There's also a history of Windows kiosk to let you go hands-on with every Windows version on the original hardware, starting with Windows 1.0. They were even selling Teslas. I mean, they know their audience. I mean, the whale land cost is pretty significant, and yet it's sold out. And I got to meet a fair number of those people, and that was really awesome as well. The age gamut was quite wide. I met retirees and at least one precocious teenager.
3D printer backpack.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. EK was at LTX in full force, showing off all of their cool stuff. Whether it's custom loop water cooling or racing simulator, you know, a lot of people, it's like, I don't know if I want to splash out for a racing simulator, but look, physical haptic feedback. I mean, some people are all about that. Could be a thing. It's like, okay, I'm going to try this. Okay, I have to have it at home. That's a thing. That's a thing that actually happens. It's like, okay, this is really cool. I'm going to spend a lot of time in this. I need a racing sim. I know. There's a lot of people buying KVMs for racing sim. It's pretty crazy. I'm here with Rob at the Height booth at LTX. LTX has booths with, okay, but check out the booth. There's cool stuff here. There's pinball, there's all kinds of other things. But I wanted to call out Height specifically because they're doing awesome things with RGB and they're already supporting the Open RGB project. Protocol standard, thank you. Thank you so much. It makes it so much easier on end users.
Yeah, well, you know, we're trying to give customers an experience. We're not trying to gatekeep them into a walled garden of products. And so if we can make a really powerful piece of hardware, we're going to do our best to create a really powerful piece of software. And if that still doesn't fit you, but you're interested, we'll give the protocol to OpenRGB so that they can support you and share that protocol so that you can make your own software.
This is a really amazing beginning for this kind of thinking. It is so awesome to see that kind of support. Thank you. And those products definitely deserve a consideration because of the philosophy. So this is the future of consumer gear. Just like open computing, this is where we're going, and it's so awesome you guys get it, so thank you.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for supporting us.
There's a secret passage.
Right? It's so narrow. It's so narrow.
But then it opens up.
What's by the way, just curious, what do you feel? How do you feel about Canada? What does it feel like to be here versus where you're from?
I like, this is not my first time in Vancouver. I've been to Vancouver like 3 or 4 times. I really like Vancouver and the Pacific Northwest in general.
Yeah.
So I grew up in the mountains and it feels like home because it's the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
But also the air quality and everything else is really nice here. And it's so pretty. And
We have nature everywhere.
Yeah, last time I did the suspension bridge, like the super long suspension bridge.
Capilano?
Yeah, so I did the hiking trail for that, and it's just, I like to go to places like that and just turn my brain off and walk around. It's really nice. Yeah, I love the walkable trails, like even like 3 or 4 miles I can do that, and it's fine.
The incline's like maybe 5% over the whole thing because
Yeah.
it's railway.
Yeah, nice, awesome. I will check that out.
Of course.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, have fun.
Have fun tossing cases.
Thank you.
This was a lot of fun. I can't wait for LTX 2024. LTX 2023 was an absolute blast. I'm Wendell, this is Level 1. Engage in the comments below. I'm signing out, and I'll see you there in the Level 1 forums and everywhere else, all the usual places. Thanks again for everybody that came to LTX. It was really awesome seeing you, and I'll see you in the next one.